Have you ever stopped to think about why you were born in a specific month? What if I told you that the answer isn't just rooted in science or coincidence, but in something far greater? Imagine for a moment that the month you were born holds a divine message, a hidden biblical meaning crafted by God Himself. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? But here's the twist. Most people go their entire lives without realizing how their birth month could be a key to understanding their purpose, their traits, and even their mission on this earth. Think about it. In the Bible, timing was never random. From the creation of the world to the resurrection of Christ, every event was perfectly aligned with God's calendar. So, why wouldn't your birth month carry the same divine significance? Whether you were born in the harvest season of October or the renewal of spring in April, your month is connected to a spiritual blueprint designed just for you. But the real question is, have you ever explored what this means for your life? Stay with me, because in the next few moments, you're about to uncover something incredible. Together, we'll dive deep into the biblical meaning of your birth month, unravel its hidden messages, and discover how it reveals God's purpose for your life. Are you ready to unlock this powerful truth? Let's begin. Each month carries its own spiritual fingerprint, a hidden tapestry woven into God's grand design. Have you ever wondered why you were born in a particular month? It's not a coincidence. In the Bible, months are linked to pivotal events and divine messages that shape our understanding of purpose. For instance, the month of Nisan marked the Israelites' deliverance from Egypt, symbolizing new beginnings and redemption. If your birth month is steeped in such biblical significance, imagine the profound traits and missions God has designed uniquely for you. Think about it. The stars, the seasons, even the festivals in the Bible align with the months, reflecting divine timing. It's like your birth date was circled on God's calendar before time began. Take December. Associated with Advent and the promise of light in the darkness, if you were born then, your life might be marked by hope and restoration. Recognizing the symbolic meaning behind the month you were born can help you uncover your role in this divine story. Practical application is key. Start by exploring your birth month in the context of biblical events. Were you born in Tishrei, a time of reflection and renewal in Jewish tradition? Dive into the book of Genesis to uncover how it connects with creation. Personalize this understanding, journal your reflections, or create a vision board around the biblical meaning of the month you were born. But this is just the beginning, as your purpose unfolds further in divine timing. Your birth was not a random event, but a deliberate act of divine intention. In God's eyes, the month you were born carries clues to your purpose, a mission only you can fulfill. Think of Jeremiah 1:5, where God says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." It's humbling, isn't it, to know that your life was planned with such care. If you were born in April, for example, it might reflect renewal and courage, echoing the resurrection story. God's plans are never small, and they always tie back to His grand narrative. Understanding this truth changes everything. It reminds you that even the challenges you face are not accidents, but stepping stones. Imagine someone born in October, a month often associated with harvest and abundance. Their life might be a call to gather and multiply blessings in their community. Reflecting on the biblical meaning of the month you were born can help you see how God's hand has guided every step of your journey, even when it didn't feel like it. So, how can you tap into this deeper understanding? Start by praying intentionally about your birth and its purpose. Ask God to reveal how your unique traits align with His plan. Meditate on key scriptures associated with your birth month, like Psalms for those born in months of worship festivals. Keep a notebook handy to capture moments of clarity. Trust me, those small revelations can illuminate big purposes. And as you uncover these truths, the story of your life will start to make even more sense. Each month of the year carries unique traits that often resonate deeply with those born within it. almost as if they're imprinted with a divine signature. January does, for example, is a month of fresh starts, a time for leaders and visionaries to rise, echoing the spirit of creation itself. Think about someone born in February, known for connection and compassion, often reflecting the sacrificial love of Christ. It's fascinating to see how these characteristics, tied to the biblical meaning of the month you were born, align with who you're called to be. Let's break it down further. March, tied to Passover, might mark those born within it as protectors or redeemers in their communities, much like Moses led his people. If you were born in July, with its ties to freedom and celebration, you might be someone who brings joy and liberty to others, embodying the spirit of Jubilee. The biblical calendar, with its festivals and symbolic meanings, often mirrors these unique qualities, giving insight into how you're wired. To apply this, explore what your birth month symbolizes in Scripture. Research biblical events, such as Pentecost for May or the Feast of Tabernacles for October. Ask yourself how these themes resonate with your personality or life's journey. Then, use this knowledge practically, whether by seeking roles that align with your God-given traits or embracing them in your family or ministry. The month you were born is a treasure chest of insight, waiting to be opened as you uncover how it shapes your divine mission. Now, before we go any further, I want to hear from you. What month were you born in? Drop it in the comments below and share if you've ever come across any biblical meaning tied to your birth month. I'd love to read your stories and reflect with you on how God works so uniquely in our lives. Let's turn the comments into a powerful exchange of faith and inspiration. Your birthday isn't just a date on the calendar, it's an invitation to uncover the extraordinary. Recognizing the biblical meaning of the month you were born is the first step toward understanding your divine mission. So what now? Reflect on your birth month, pray about its significance, and let it guide your faith journey. For instance, if you discover your month is linked to qualities like courage or empathy, start asking yourself, how can I use these traits in my daily life to glorify God? And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to figure this out alone. Share your findings with a faith-driven community. Imagine the power of connecting with others who are also diving deep into their birth months, sharing their insights and testimonies. This isn't just about you. It's about building a collective understanding of how God weaves individual purposes into his larger plan. Consider creating a small group discussion or posting on social media to inspire others. Start small, but stay intentional. Journal your thoughts or even record your prayers as you explore this journey. Ask your family and friends to reflect with you. What do they see in you that reflects the traits of your birth month? You'll be surprised at the clarity and affirmation this brings. Together, as you connect with others and embrace this revelation, you'll uncover more than just meaning. You'll find inspiration to live boldly in your faith. The month you were born isn't just a detail. It's a divine clue to your potential and purpose. Imagine knowing that your birth date reflects God's intentionality, that you were made for such a time as this. Think about Esther, born for a moment of courage that saved a nation. Her story shows us how understanding our timing can unlock divine boldness. What about you? If you've always felt a pull toward creativity, leadership, or serving others, it could stem from the biblical meaning of the month you were born. What a thought to hold on to as you move forward in faith. But inspiration without action is just a fleeting moment. Let this understanding fuel your daily life. If your birth month is tied to patience and growth, embrace that season of waiting with trust in God's plan. If your month points to leadership, step up in your workplace, family, or community. For instance, someone with the traits of April might focus on mentoring others, guiding them with hope. Scripture reminds us in Ephesians 2:10 that we're created for good works, works already prepared for us to walk in. So how do you live this out? Start each morning by meditating on a verse tied to your birth month. Share your journey with someone who needs encouragement, showing them how their story is just as purposeful. And most importantly, never lose sight of the big picture. God's plan is still unfolding, and your role in it is far greater than you can imagine. This understanding isn't just for today, it's a lifelong journey of discovery and faith. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the uncertainties of life, struggling with fear about the future? You're not alone, but there's a way to rise above it. That's why I've created the ebook Vencendo o Medo do Amanhã. Fortaleça sua fé em mundo de incertezas. Inside, you'll discover practical, faith-filled insights to strengthen your connection with God, overcome anxiety, and find true peace in His promises. Don't let fear hold you back. This is your moment to take control and step into a future filled with hope. Now that you've uncovered the profound meaning behind the month you were born, it's time to take action. How will this new understanding shape your life? What steps will you take to align your traits and timing with God's purpose for you? Imagine the transformation you can experience when you embrace your divine mission with faith and confidence. Are you ready to dive deeper into this journey and let God's plan unfold in ways you've never imagined? Remember, this isn't just about knowing, it's about living. Start today. Reflect on what you've learned and ask yourself, how can I use my God-given traits to make a difference? Leave a comment below sharing how your birth month resonates with your life's journey. Let's build a community of believers inspired to walk boldly in their faith. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs. And don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next revelation waiting for you. Together, we'll continue exploring these powerful truths, growing in faith, and unlocking the mysteries God has placed in our lives. See you in the next video, and until then, stay inspired and stay blessed.